Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video. Quick background before we begin. I've been having my 2006 Infiniti FX35 for about 3 years. I decided to do a few videos demonstrating how to remove some of the interior pieces. I know there are manuals and diagrams out there to show you where the clips and screws are, but sometimes it's easier when you can see how it's done before doing it yourself, so I hope this helps. One major thing to note, this interior setup is only on the 2006 to 2008 FX35 models. Today we're going to focus on removing the shifter cup holder assembly and the clock ashtray assembly. The tools you'll need are a trim removal tool, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a flathead screwdriver. The trim removal tool came in a set that I bought off of Amazon. I think it was like 12 pieces for like $12. I can put the link down in the description below so that you can get it as well. For the screwdrivers, you can get at your local hardware store. I think I ended up buying mine at Sears a while back. So to begin, what you're going to want to do is take your trim removal tool and kind of insert it in between the black center console piece and the silver shifter and cup holder assembly trim. You're not going to want to pry too hard initially. All you really want to do is get in between that space, and then you're going to want to run the trim removal tool across the side and slowly prying the clips that are being held into place until you get to the shifter and clock assembly. Once you've pried open all that side, you're going to want to move to the other side and do the same thing. But as you can see, that side went by pretty quickly. So then once you get to the shifter boot, you're going to want to pull down on the collar, and then you're going to want to pull that pin out that's holding the shifter knob in place. Once you pull that pin out, you can remove the shifter knob with ease. So once you've taken care of that, you can pull out the assembly, and you will be exposing the wiring that's being held by the clips. Once you've done that, you'll need to get your flathead screwdriver, and you're going to want to put pressure with your flathead screwdriver while pulling on the clip to remove each clip, and then you'll be able to fully remove the assembly. So as you can see, that's the clips holding all the wiring in place. There's another clip down there as well. So you'll need to remove about 4 clips. I think one of them is for the emergency lights, 2 of them are for the heated seats, and I'm not quite sure what the other clip is. So you'll just go ahead and grab your screwdriver and push down on that clip while pulling with your other hand. See, that one came out with pretty easily. This one, it's gonna require a little bit more force. So now that we got that one out, we have the other heated seat clip to remove. Got that one out as well. And I believe there's only one clip left for us to remove before we can take out the full assembly. You don't have to remove the full thing, you just have to remove that clip. As you can see, it's looks like you're just gonna push down on that tab and then pull. so that it can come out. And there it goes. Now I went ahead in the video and took out this other piece, the brown plastic piece from the metal. But you don't have to do that in order to take out the full piece. You just need to put the screwdriver in between, but there's a little gap that you can fit the screwdriver in, and then it just kind of, you pull on it and it pops right out. There you go. So now that you've gotten all the clips off, the whole piece is free and you can set it off to the side. So once you've gotten the shifter assembly out of the way, you'll need to take the clock assembly out. But in order to do that, you need to take out the stereo and AC controls face off before you can access the clock assembly. So you'll go to the bottom left of that and just put your trim removal tool in between the spacings and just start prying it out little by little. There's clips like on the left and then on the bottom and then on the right side, so just run the trim removal tool in that spacing until you feel the face come out. Just be careful when you're taking out the face. There's like 2 connections that are still attached to it, so if you pull too hard, you might be damaging one of them. So you can see like that one is like pretty delicate, and the other one is your typical plug. So you'll just need to get your flathead screwdriver and press down on the tab to pull out that ribbon connection. And the plug itself is like the other plugs that you took out earlier. You just push down on it and pull on the connector to get it to come out. So as you can see, that's the socket for the plugs. Once you have those out, you have free access. So you can see the clock assembly has 2 screws at the bottom, but at the top of it there's actually some tabs. There's a total of 4. You can see one there and the other one's like right there. The other 2 are hidden, but pretty much those tabs and those 2 screws are what's holding that clock assembly in place. So you'll need to get your Phillips screwdriver and start unscrewing the 2 screws down at the bottom. So once you've done that, you can get your pry tool and kind of get into the spacings between the black and clock trim pieces and try to pull on it. Just be careful not to break anything. It's a little bit of trial and error. Don't pull too hard, just wiggle it out little by little. It might help to get your fingers into those tabs. It kind of frees it up a little bit. You push down on the tabs a little bit and it should free it out of its place. And so you can see there's a few connectors. Believe there's 2 connectors back here. As you can see, I believe one of them is for the clock and the other one is for the, I guess, what would be your cigarette lighter. So all you got to do is get your flathead screwdriver and press down on the tab of that connector You should be able to pull on the socket to get it out of its place. Alright, and now you can take it out. Be sure to get all the wiring out of it. As you can see, that's where the tab is for that connector, and that's where the other tab would be for the other connector. And these are the plugs. I believe that one was for the clock, and that one is for the cigarette lighter. So that pretty much wraps up how to remove the shifter and the clock assembly trim pieces from your Infiniti FX35. If you like the video, please hit like. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down in the comment section below. I plan on making a few other videos, probably the radio removal one, and as well as the dashboard replacement. So if you'd like, please hit the subscribe button to stay tuned.